What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Look, we got to deal with something real quick. We got to deal with this real fast and bring some more light to it. There's already a lot of light coming to it, but we got to bring some more. Um, in the Philadelphia area, there's a Sesame Street um, themed park. And there's a mother who is raging right now, rightfully so. Miss Jody Brown, she is raging right now because her daughters were snubbed by one of the mascot, little funny looking character Sesame Street Muppet things that walk around, grown people walking around in these little uniforms and stuff, mascot costumes rather. And her black daughters were standing in a line as the Muppet character was walking down, high fiving and hugging all of the white children. And amazingly, when it it's I don't know if it's a dude or a girl. It's called Rosita. Well, I guess it's supposed to be a girl. Whenever it got to the little girls, she blatantly ignored the black little girls and even did them like this, like, no, not y'all, not you. Mm-mm. I'll high five him or her, but not you, and kept on going. So the video went viral, and of course, once the video went viral, everybody was in an uproar about it. Um, and now, in typical fashion, Sesame Street and the park itself and anybody affiliated, they're coming out issuing these statements about how it was a misunderstanding. They're claiming that the character did not see the little black girls and that the character was gesturing to somebody else in the crowd about that had asked them to hold the baby and take a picture, and the character was saying no. But I'm calling BS on that one, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because when the character waved off the first time, she looked right down at the little girls and did it again. Nope, not y'all. So that one went out the window. But what really shut it down, because I'm going to read a little bit of a statement that the Sesame Street Park came out with. They said regarding the incident yesterday, it's so funny I can't even really get through it. Regarding the incident yesterday, the costumes our performers wear sometimes make it difficult to see at lower levels. We're going to stop right there. The costumes make it difficult to see at lower levels. The white children are at lower levels too. They saw them, well, the character saw them. The person in the costume saw them at lower levels. So scratch that one, that's out the window. And sometimes our performers miss hug requests from our guests. Yeah, clearly. Um, the park stands for inclusivity and equality in all forms, and that it does not tolerate any behavior in the park that is contrary to that commitment. That is a lie. Because on further investigation, once this video came out, I saw that other parents came out. Other black parents came out and made the same accusation. So clearly it was probably a situation where they was just like, man, we're not going to worry about it. But when this story came out, they was like, man, that's the same thing that they did to my children. So now they're coming forward to make their story known. And if I'm not mistaken, there's video of that too. There's other footage of this same character ignoring black children in other areas. So when you try to clean that up and make it be okay or make it like it was some kind of mistake, then what that does, that further insults the intelligence of the parents who clearly saw what they saw, and it insults the intelligence of anybody else, no matter what race you are, who look at that video and saw what they saw. You trying to tell us that we didn't see what we saw and that we're stupid. And there will be some who try to justify and look at it and say, well, no, I can see how. No. You will reveal what's in your mind if that's how you look at that. See, what we have to do, because I feel sorry for those babies, man, because they don't know. You know, we all grew up. You know, I was a little fella. I used to like Sesame Street too. We all grew up um, loving the characters, but and it shatters a young child's heart to see these people that they've seen on TV, and then you get a chance to meet, even though it's just some miserable clown wearing a costume. Because look, now here's the thing: the nerve of you for this to be your life, that you walk around in a Muppet costume for a living. The nerve of you to feel like you are above not even touching the hand of a black child. You got on a costume and still won't touch the hand of a black child. What kind of person does that? I know the answer. I hope y'all know the answer. But I feel bad for the mother, because the mother has to try to explain that to her young children who may not be able to process what racism is. But all I could say to the mother, and you know, if this video ever comes across her eyes, that hopefully, sadly, but hopefully, this will be something that teaches her daughters how this world really is. And it's sad that young children have to see that, but this is the world we live in. They got to experience it firsthand. And they got to experience that firsthand, unfortunately. But it also gives us an opportunity to remove our children from the thought process, from the mindset of looking at imaginary characters as being something real and as being something to look up to, and even though they're children. Just like going to the mall and letting them sit on Santa Claus' lap. Ooh, that's the Easter Bunny. Nah, these are good opportunities to make our children understand the reality that those things are not reality, and we can educate them on true heroes and true historical figures that they can look at and say, that's somebody that I want to meet. That's somebody I want to be like. That's somebody I can consider a hero. This is a great opportunity if the way I look at it. So when you move into the conversation of boycotting the park and all that, cool, go ahead. Shut it down. Shut it down. Because they're going to try to clean it up. They're going to try to do damage control and issue out the little statements that they're going to issue out in hopes that they can sweep this under the rug and move forward. They are talking about doing what they have referred to as bias training. Why would you even have to do that? You got to do bias training. You have to train grown men and women on how to not be biased towards children. This is the world that we live in. These are the type. But I guess when you look at it, and I ain't disrespecting nobody who may work at Disney World or may work at a theme park where you got to put on a costume. I'm not. If that's what you do, you at a football or basketball game, I'm not disrespect, because if that's an honest living for you, I would never be disrespectful to that. But there's also an element of human being that is so worthless, that is so ignorant, so dumb, that those are the kind of gigs that they can get. That's just me talking. And they got to be true for some individuals, because look at the action. Look at what we saw. Who does that? But I also want to make it clear to any parents or anybody who sees something like that. Y'all know me. My thing that I try to drill home every time an incident like this happens, I don't care what it is. We live in America. We should never be surprised when racism rears its head. Never. I just know that the parent, I know that sister at some point feels like she would have to have that kind of conversation with her daughters. I just feel like she wouldn't want to have it now. And she didn't want to have it based around this type of scenario that actually brought pain to her children. Because if you watch the video, you can see excitement, then confusion, then hurt. Like what do we do? Why didn't the Muppet talk to us? See, and the child shouldn't have to go through that, man. And especially when a parent paid for that experience. So we gotta pay to be mistreated. Nah, shut it down. Shut it down. It was a misunderstanding. Yeah. We believe you. No, we don't. No, we don't. So I just wanted to bring more attention to that story, because we have to block every situation that presents itself that will contribute to lowering the self-esteem of our young children, black boys and girls. We're not going to let nothing bring their self-esteem down. So if I was the parent, I would make my daughters to know, first of all, that little character ain't even real. That character ain't nobody. You are more valuable than whoever is wearing that suit. You're more valuable than any dollar amount that's been generated by that character and will ever be generated. We're not going to let y'all bring our children's self-esteem down, so we got to give them that understanding. And we live in a world where people are so racist, and other people don't even like to address it. They don't even want to hear that word, because it exposes a history that they either agree with, or they're ashamed and guilty of, and they just want it to go away. But we ain't letting it go away. So the last point I'm going to make, because I know this is pretty long, the last point I'm going to make is that when we reach a point where we start to do for ourselves and not have to go to their theme parks to try to rub elbows with their characters and their little Muppet dolls and all that, when we build our own world and our own nation, then our children don't have to worry about that, because they'll never be mistreated, never be neglected and ignored by something that's beneath them. Alright, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. I'm actually put this video link in the description so y'all can see what I'm talking about, and you can judge this for yourself. And I'll hit y'all real soon. Peace.